Alright guys, so today we're going to check out a pair of true wireless earbuds that has a very unique design. And the pair that we're going to check out is the brand new Hakii Ice. And if you flip this around, it actually says Ice Hockey. They might not have meant to do that, but I still think it's pretty clever. So what the Hakii Ice is a pair of true wireless earbuds where they did a dual layer design on the case. It basically looks like a block of ice. Now the earbuds remind me a lot of when we checked out the Phil CC2s. Now that was a pair that had an interesting stem style design. This one's very similar to it, and it keeps this whole light blue theme to it. But this pair comes in at $140, although right now on their site you can pick them up for only 99 bucks. Now to start with, this is an open air design, so it's a lot like Apple's AirPods. These do not use silicone ear tips, and I do understand there's a lot of people that don't like using earbuds with silicone ear tips, but I've also found the more that I've tested these type of products, I've kind of grown to like the open air design because I can see myself using them in situations where I still need to kind of hear some of my surroundings around me. Now this pair uses 13mm drivers, and open air design earbuds usually have to use larger drivers because it is competing with your outside surroundings. And as far as the technology in these, they are using Bluetooth 5.2. Now they do have a low latency gaming mode. So if you are going to be gaming with your earbuds or watching movies or YouTube videos, you would just switch it into that gaming mode. It will cut down latency. Now it will use a little bit more of your battery, and it will also kind of cut down on the distance that you can get from the device that you're using. So do keep that in mind if you switch it over into that gaming mode. Now, as far as using these outdoors, it does have an IPX4 rating. Now, this is normal if you have a pair that has active noise canceling, but this pair doesn't have active noise canceling. So I really was kind of hoping it would have a higher IP rating than this, but you're going to be fine if you're somebody that sweats heavily, or if you're outdoors and it starts to rain or these get splashed on. But this is definitely not one of those pairs that you would want to submerge into water. Now, as far as what all comes inside the box, because these do not use ear tips, you don't get any of that. It does come with a pouch, which, because they focus so much on the design of the case, I do understand the pouch because it keeps your case from getting all scratched up. And then as far as the charging cable, it comes with a USB-C cable. And you are going to have to use this cable because the case is not a Qi wireless charging case. And the battery life on these are actually pretty decent, because on the earbuds themselves, you're going to get around 7 hours, where with the charging case, you're going to get about 24 hours total. And if you do happen to pick them up and they are dead, it only takes an hour and a half to fully charge these. So that is kind of convenient for you guys that do forget to charge your earbuds often. It's nice to have that little fast charge feature, although I do wish that it had the fast charge where, like, you know, a 10-minute charge would give you 2 hours of use. So I don't know if I'm being a little picky there, but in this price range, I've kind of got used to having features like this. Now, moving over to checking out the actual case and the earbuds, the case design is very unique. I do like this dual layer design. I like the clear outside that it has. Now on the back, it has the hinge like a pair of AirPods do. And on the bottom, you can see the USB-C input. And then right here on the front where Hakii's logo is, when you open up the lid, you can see that that is your notification light. So that way you can kind of gauge how much battery life is left on the case. And when you open up the case, you can see the earbuds sitting in there. And on top of the earbuds is Hakii's logo, which also lights up. That way you can see that they're in the case and you can see that they're charging. And then when you take the earbuds out, I do have to say that this is one of the most unique designs that I've seen on a pair of stem style earbuds. It has that same kind of spiral look to it. It sticks to the same color theme. Now this pair does use touch controls, and sadly, this is another one of those pairs that does not have volume control. Now you can summon your smart assistant to tell it to turn the volume up or down, but I just personally like to have all of my controls on the earbuds. And the controls that you do have are the usual play, pause, skipping your tracks forward, going backwards. You can summon your smart assistant, and then you can also switch it into that gaming mode, all from the earbuds. You just can't turn the volume up or down. And then as far as you guys that do like to use your earbuds for phone calls, I think they did a very good job here with the microphones. Now it's using 4 mics total, and it's using what they call DNN, and what that stands for is Deep Neural Network, and is basically another way of saying environmental noise canceling. It's trying to focus in on your voice and block out your surroundings. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here.
All right, guys, so here is a mic test using the Hakii Ice. I think it does a pretty good job of picking up my voice, although I do feel like it lacks when picking up some bass tones. But this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is a mic test with a crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public.
So now let's talk about the sound, because the sound on these, they are definitely pushing those 13mm drivers. This is an extremely loud pair of earbuds, which again, it kind of has to be because open air design allows you to have your outside surroundings kind of bleed into your music. So it's nice that you can kind of drown it out just by turning your music up extremely loud. And with that loud volume, you're getting a very forward, mids, and a very tuned up treble. It's extremely detailed. This is one of those pairs that's focusing a lot more on characteristics of vocalists and instruments. You're just hearing a lot of subtle things, where this is not a bass heavy pair. Now you can tell that it does have a slight punch to it, so it's not muddy, it's not sloppy. This is not a congested sounding pair of earbuds. Again, I think this is really a very good pair to have if you're somebody that listens to easy listening or classical, or if you're just somebody that doesn't like that pounding, thumping bass, but you like to have just enough punch to give it body, but not take over anything else. This is just a very clean and detailed pair of earbuds. And then also when it comes to the soundstage and the sound imaging, because this is an open air design, it is a very open pair of earbuds. It sounds very spacious, it sounds very clean, so being able to tell where sounds are coming from, this pair just handles with no issue. In fact, this is a great pair specifically to use for movies and gaming and things like that, just because the amount of detail that these have. So honestly, my overall conclusion is if you are a bass head, I would steer you in another direction. This would not be the pair for you. I think that the standout design when it comes to the case and the earbuds is nice, because there's so many earbuds in the market that it's kind of hard to stand out at this point. You have to have something that looks a little bit different or does something completely different than other earbuds. Now it does lack some key features that some other earbuds have in this price range. I really would have liked to have seen Qi wireless charging. I really think these needed a higher IP rating because they don't have active noise canceling. So it would have been nice to have these at an IPX7. That way you could just use them around water and you wouldn't have to necessarily worry about them. And then the only other thing I would have liked to have seen is a fast charge feature where a quick 5 or 10 minute charge would get you an hour to 2 hours of use. Now, I do like the fact that it only takes an hour and a half to charge these, but that's a little bit different. If you're walking out the door and your earbuds are dead, it's just nice to throw them in a case for 5 minutes and have around that hour's worth of use. So at the $140 price tag, I'm going to say that this is a hard sell. Just again, there's so many incredible earbuds out there in the market in that price range. But at $100 to get this unique style and unique design, but also get a sound signature that's focused a lot more on details than it is the low end, I definitely see these standing out. It stands out because of its looks, but it also stands out because of its sound signature. But guys, that's my video on the brand new Hakii Ice. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.